So hello everyone, my name is Meg Ventrudo. I am the director of the Jacques Marchais Museum of Tibetan Art. And today we're joined by Nima Dorjee, who was a longtime staff member here at the museum and one of the authors of our catalogs, Treasures of Tibetan Art. We're happy to have Nima. Welcome, Nima.
Thank you very much.
And we're here to get your remembrances of the museum and to talk a little bit maybe about some of the statues in the collection. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So Nima, when did you first come to the museum?
1970s.
1970s. Oh my goodness. So you came when Rosemary was here?
Rosemary. No, that time when Jacques Marchais' friend, that's when
Helen?
older lady.
You go back to when Helen
Older
Watkins
lady,
was here.
I saw her.
You saw Helen.
I came couple of times.
So that was in the early 1970s.
Yeah.
So,
early 1970s.
So you?
I came 69 in October here.
Okay.
And somehow I came to museum.
Well, this was the only place that really had Tibetan art, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Us and the Newark Museum, maybe, right?
New museum and the Metropolitan.
Right.
They have some collection.
So when you first came from Tibet, you came to New York City right away?
What?
You came to New York right away?
No. I came to, I was in the Lhasa area in the Lhasa monastery, and Chinese had when I was in Kham, and the Chinese had sent a kind of a list of names, 200 boys and girls. Name, and so my name was in there. So that means they're going to take to China. So then that's why my father said, you want to go to Lhasa, see what happens, things, and go to China. They're going to take to China, and then they said it's going to put him to school, but he doesn't believe. And so I said, well, whatever you think best, we do that. So then we went to Lhasa. And from 1954, I was in Lhasa, and then father had to go back to work and then come. And so he finished in Lhasa. But he had to do everything, and local government to drive, and so then he said he doesn't want me to stay in Lhasa city, and it's better go to stay in the monastery, and the situation gets better, and you could come back, something like that. So that's why I went to school. I went to join the monastery, the Rati monastery. That's my cousin, kind of like my Shona Rinpoche, Shona, and
And the name of the monastery again?
What?
The name of the monastery?
Rati.
Rati, okay.
And so we asked this older Lama go try Chungsan and asked him to do divinations where my area could go like 4 different monasteries, different getting and Zhang and so he said divination gave the Rati better. So when they study Rati monastery, they teach the Buddhist logic.
Buddhist logic,
more
okay.
special special. So I joined with them, and for 54 till 1959.
Okay.
Yeah. Then from there I left in 1959 and left here with my uncle and Jacques Marchais, and we was going to stay in South Tibet for a while, and Marchais had been in India before, so he said it's too hot. And this time, like in the spring, like in April, June, those times. So, but that didn't last long.
Yeah.
Chinese came to armies and also playing and so just pushed into India.
Okay, so then you went to India.
Yeah, that was India. And then in 1961, I went to the school in the Sanskrit University.
Okay.
In Varanasi, yeah.
Yeah, in Varanasi. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Now you have so much knowledge of all of these statues. So was that something that you studied in school, or was that something that you just learned from being in all the monasteries and colleges?
That's what happened. Then I went Sanskrit University. I was studying Sanskrit and language, and so I was really writing things in Sanskrit. So they gave me a job in the manuscript library.
Oh, okay.
So I worked there 67, 8, and part of 9, and I worked in the manuscript library. So at that time, there's a lot of Indian and professors that comes, and they have all kind of questions about the Buddhism. So I studied this logic, not philosophy. I didn't study history. So then I had to study, had to read. So and then I'm in the library. So I read the history of the Buddhism.
The history of Buddhism.
In India. Yeah.
And then when was the first time you came to the United States? In 1969?
No, 1969, October.
October.
Yeah. And Sona Rinpoche, he told me Dalai Lama asked him to go to give a lecture around Europe and the United States. And so, Baba Tamma was his interpreter.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
And then lecture ended in Argentina. So then he came to New York. So he liked New York. He said he's going to stay in New York. I should join.
Oh, that's great.
Why
So that's how you got here. And then when you first came to the Tibetan Museum, what was your impression of the museum?
Well, I thought, wow, this how did they bring the big statues?
Yeah, how did they bring the big statues?
Yeah. And from Tibet.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Like I was kind of thinking, and so nobody really needed to ask to somebody answer.
Right. And then, did you think, why is this place here?
Oh yeah. That's and Eleanor Olson.
Eleanor Olson. Okay.
Eleanor Olson and invited my uncle Jacques Rinpoche for the shows and things like that, art show, and Tibetan object, and so then he so she asked him, he identified some tankas.
Okay.
Tankas, and he used to charming born working. She's interested in Tibetan art. She has a lot of tankas student statues bought from Rudy. Rudy has a Tibetan collection.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah, 9th
yeah.
Street.
Oh, right,
Before
yes. Did your uncle ever give any lecture or teaching here at the museum?
I think he never gave teaching things like that in here, but he came here often.
He did.
And I don't know also charming, bombing.
Right.
And so he helped some identified few object, tankas, special.
So,
I don't know.
yeah, so this was really sort of the early times of Buddhism in the West, right? Yeah.
That's right.
So fascinating. And then you came here in the 70s, so you met Helen Watkins. Helen, you met her? Jacques Marchais' friend?
Yeah.
Helen,
Yeah.
And then,
Well, actually, met we just a little bit talk, but she walking around and showing.
she was showing you everything? Yeah.
Right. So then one skinny woman, tall woman, and kind of like she's obviously like in the museum.
So did you know Sigrid?
Huh?
Did you know Sigrid Sidro? Sigrid, did you know her?
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember Sigrid,
yeah. By name.
I don't know what she looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so you knew Rosemary too then?
Yeah.
You knew Rosemary Tong. And then you met Barbara.
Oh, so then I was working in bookstores and this and like that, and the Oriental bookshop, and used to see that one lady groceries, and then she's owned the bookstore.
Yeah.
And so I'm working there, and then I went to back to India, and so came back from India, and after that I worked for Water Winter Cancer Foundation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A few years, and then Barbara Litton, we became working, so she wanted everything put in the book, and so she called up the Tibetan office.
Oh, okay.
Anybody could go to work in Tibetan Art. So they gave me my name.
Oh, I see. So the Office of Tibet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And who did she speak to? Was that Rinchen Darlo that introduced you
No,
to her? Somebody
before that. Before that, yeah.
Yeah. Who was the person? Do you remember?
There's the one like this work. That's Mr. Tundin.
Mr. Tundin. Okay.
Tundin and Trile Aka.
Okay.
He called me. So, we gave it the museum. Yeah, the museum, the collection they want to put in a book record.
Right.
And needed somebody. So, and we gave it your number. He said, so that time Trile Aka is part of the student, part of working volunteer in Tibetan office. So he called me.
Right. And then when you started doing the assistance with the book, do we have a lot of Sanskrit in this collection? Did you see a lot of Sanskrit on the objects or no?
Not much.
Some Chinese maybe? Some?
There's some writings.
And some Lansha
on
writing?
the back of the statue.
Yeah.
But we don't have many.
And what about Lansha? Do you read Lansha language? Lansha?
Well,
Maybe I'm saying it wrong. The Tibetan script? What's the Tibetan script
Oh,
called?
no, I went to school in my state.
Right, oh, okay.
In
Also different dialects, yeah.
A little bit, Khampa dialect, many Khampa different, like 18 different state of Khampas and district Khampas. There are a lot of selects, a lot different, there are a lot of language, but see, when you go to join a monastery, and then becomes
yeah. Everybody speaks different language, different dialects in the monastery, right?
Yeah.
So when you started here, did you used to commute from Manhattan out to the museum?
What?
Did you take the ferry to the museum? How did you get here?
Oh, yeah, ferry, yeah.
Ferry, and then you walked up the hill? Yeah. You felt like you were in Lhasa?
Walked up, and when you get return time, sometimes I walk more time. I walk
yeah,
up.
you walk up the big hill? Yeah.
And because this bus, I'm always started missing.
Yeah.
Before I got out, the bus go.
Yeah. And then what did you think when you looked at the collection for the catalog?
The collection is very good. I
Yeah.
like it very much.
Yeah.
And even when we invited His Holiness came here with it.
So you were here when His Holiness was here?
I mentioned him.
Yeah.
This is the special collection and authentic.
Yeah.
And statues, everything like kind of like a Mary when cast and things. Kansa Ropi Dorjee was
yes, Ropa Dorjee,
so
yeah.
like authentic.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, so very good.
Yeah.
And
Is that your favorite statue in the collection?
yeah.
It is? Ropa Dorjee is your favorite statue?
Yeah. He's in fifth Dalai Lama.
The fifth Dalai Lama, yeah.
And Kansa Ropi Dorjee.
Yeah.
I read his book,
Yeah.
Life Story, many times.
Okay.
And so he has a bump here.
Yes.
Statue we
The
have.
statue has a bump, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right,
on the
here, yeah.
ship. Yeah.
Yeah. So very authentic, right?
Yeah. It's very good.
So our statue of the fifth Dalai Lama,
Yes.
Ropa Dorjee, and Lama Zong have been in different exhibitions in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
The fifth Dalai Lama was in London a couple years ago. I don't know if you saw that exhibit in London, but so some of those statues travel to other museums for display.
Yeah, we have authentic. And also, once the Taiwanese 6 people came taking a photo and Barbara asked me to explain them. So I explained it with Changsha, and then there's a lot of Hutus or Mongolian.
Okay.
And so I explained everything. Tibetan and the Mongolian connection to the Tibetan and that time like Qing dynasty.
Right.
They call Qing. They call Mongol dynasty Qing.
Okay.
So Qing dynasty time from Kangxi and Qianlong. Those two like. Kangxi was 61 years long.
Okay.
And Qianlong was 60. He doesn't want to go over the
over his predecessor,
retired when he was 60.
60, okay.
60, not the age, throne holder. So those time, and there's some who was one professor went to the Beijing and he wrote and it's after like Qing dynasty was born, and then so he said something like there's a Chinese Hashan Chinese monk monastery, like 8 of them, and like Tibetan monastery, like around 30, 40 monasteries in Beijing, because and Qingdan at the time, and Chenglu, and Kangxi, and those 3 emperors was very strong studying Tibetan Buddhism.
Right, very involved.
During the Chenglu, so like 60 monks working Tibetan.
Wow, 60 monks.
Yeah. So, always in emperor court and monks. And so they're studying Tibetan. And all Qing dynasty and sons and daughters, everybody had to learn 4 languages.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and of course in Manchuria, in Tibetan, in Mongolia, and Chinese. Yeah.
Wow.
4 languages they had
That's
to
a lot.
learn. So, yeah.
And they're also different languages.
Right?
They're also
different
from each other. Yeah.
So there's so many Mongolians, Jetsun Tampa, Mongolia from Jetsun Tampa.
Right.
That's one who was the Janapada, who was Kangxi's Lama.
Okay.
So, so they have a lot of connection.
Right.
And so that time we're kind of building all those the typical of the Potala and Xiaohu.
Okay. Yeah.
We call Xiaohu Chenda.
Right.
Chenda.
Yeah.
Chenda.
Chenda.
Not Chengdu.
Chenda.
Chenda is from Beijing to north 200 miles area, whole thing. During the Qing dynasty, they made a summer palace.
Oh, the summer palace, right? Yeah, that looks like the Potala,
that's right? So they built a typical Potala and Tashihumbo, and there's a lot of monasteries there.
Yeah. Very interesting.
And then, like one monastery, Manchu monastery in Beijing, as big as the Yungokum. It's like 500 Manchu monks, and they were chanting, had to chanting, and tone of the Manchurian language, but in Tibetan. Book they chant. And things like that. That monastery where they built, I couldn't really find in China when totally disappeared. But big monastery, 500.
500 monks. That's very large monastery.
Manchuria people.
Wow.
And they became monk.
Wow.
So at that time.
So how long did it take when you wrote the catalog? How many years did that take to write the book with Barbara?
I think we just took around like 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
I think so.
And then how long does it take for your book that you're writing now?
It's over 40 years.
40 years?
So, no, when I was at Sanskrit University studying, and it's too hot, so summer we take off, like for 2 months. So we go to Dallas. So there's a lot of older abbats and monks in Dallas. And so when we met there, they said that there's a lot of people write something about it, or in place, or in state, and district history or something like that. So he said, we never heard our state, nobody write it. So they said, oh, you went to school in Tibet, income, and so you should write. So we we thought, okay, we could write some newspaper, we farmers, and we came back to Sanskrit University. So then we sit down, we eat together. So how are we going to write? So only remember where you born, that village.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Right.
So then I said, I thought, so I wrote like 45 questions and sent it in monk camps in India, and the army camps in India, and in Dalhousie. I sent it. So I got back to answer like 200 pages.
Oh my goodness.
So then, and so my friend, and so we are three of us going to write, but and my friend and had to go to Hindu University to teaching, and the other friend got sick, went to the hospital, and left a note with me, and then and so then we decided to write a book because they worked very hard giving you information, and we can't waste that. So that's what happened. I had to write it.
Yeah, so you have to write it. Yeah. Okay, Nima, so we were talking about Shenlong before, and these are two Shenlong images of Amitabha. Do you remember these from when you were here?
Yeah, I remember this kind of from this Inner Mongolia they made.
So they're made in Inner Mongolia.
Yeah. Cast. And most of the statues here that were during the Chenlong.
Shenlong, right, yeah.
Qing dynasty.
Right, this one says 1736 and the other one says 1770.
Yeah, so that's the Qing time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then is there anything else in this case that you like?
Well, yeah, this, see that this base.
Yeah.
This kind of base they cast in the Mongolia, semi-lake area, Changsha's place.
So you can tell that from the base of the statues.
Yeah. They said they make like this for 700. Even Chen's mother passed away in that time. Like they made it like and
This one?
700 statues. This kind of, but.
Oh, you said they made 700 statues.
Yeah, like the same thing. They make.
Oh, and then they would make copies of them.
Yeah. That's the original there in that area, the Seven Lake area. So this is the base statue, and the two lotus bases that kind of one's down, one's up, right?
Right.
Yeah. Some kind of like start doing that in Ming time.
Ming Dynasty was when the lotus bases started.
Ming Dynasty, during the Ming Dynasty, like the emperor, and the fourth emperor, I think he's, third emperor. So during him, he invited the Tsongkhapa, but the Tsongkhapa didn't go. and so then he made a whole Tibetan kanju and tenju set and case to blow.
Okay.
And so that time there's a lot of this statue they made it very good.
Yeah.
Condition, very good.
All right, Nima. So what do you think about this seated Maitreya?
Maitreya Buddha.
Yeah.
Well, this like most traditional Maitreya Buddha, and sitting.
Right.
And that means that like he kind of like became like let's say teacher of the Tushita heaven.
Teacher of Tushita heaven.
Yeah. And this person of the Buddha. So material and so
Yeah.
that kind of like that's the showing this.
Right.
And sitting and ready to come out.
Right. Now, Nima, if you look at this statue, it looks like the face has been repainted. Is that something that's traditional of Tibetan monasteries?
Yes. And that most the painted repainted gold.
Gold.
Because sometimes like when there's some I found like 11th, like Dalai Lama was sick, and so at that time, and the Potala, there's all statues there, repainted gold in face.
They painted the faces gold.
Yeah.
During the 11th Dalai Lama.
Yeah. So they do that often.
And do you?
And then sometimes like some donor that come bring gold.
Okay.
And the artist is always there, and then they give it to gold and they ground gold.
Right, and then they use it for painting. And now, do you think that this was painted by Pema Wangyal? Do you remember Pema?
Yeah.
Do you think he did it?
I don't know, Pema, maybe could be.
A lot of fine details are in this statue.
Yeah.
A lot of adornments and.
Yeah. So we see when we decide to make and the book, I mean the art book.
Yes.
And Barbara said we have some green, and we want to do the art book for the collection museum, and so how you want to do? Also, then we have a statue, and then we
Explain each of the statues,
so
yeah.
I said, no, that's not it. I'm not satisfied, that's not enough. And that's, each one has like history in India, and then coming to Tibet, and then how they treat in Tibet, and that's a lot of work. How you're going to find out that? Yeah, I need to read a lot.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of research, and not only then I spoke with my uncle Shomala Rinpoche, and then we had Chuje Lama, who's very Tibetan medicine.
Okay.
He's very good.
Yeah.
And he Chinese history, Mongolian history, Tibetan history, and so he's very good. I often ask him, like, the information is like very popular, who most people and accept, who dependable. That's what I tried to pick up.
Yeah.
So he put it in.
And your uncle, who was the Rinpoche, when did he pass away?
What?
Wait, your uncle, who was the Rinpoche?
Yeah.
When did he die? What year did he die?
No, he's still alive.
He's still alive?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
he's
Yeah.
99.
99?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's in New Jersey.
And he lives in New Jersey? Yeah?
He lives in New Jersey, but he goes to in India, winter, Dalai Lama asked him to give it to teaching to the monks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In Mongolia.
Yeah.
And he told
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
This is the everything reason. I don't know. We lost it.
Yeah, a lot of the hand implements didn't come over, right? They got lost. Yeah.
But it's different. During the chapter, they're very careful. Everything according to the book he made.
Right.
So I don't know just exactly. Standard is like 108.
Yes. Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
And we say Dalai Lama and Dalai Lama and for Avalokiteshvara, 11-head Avalokiteshvara.
Yeah, there's 11-headed one over there. Yeah.
Manifestation of 11-head Avalokiteshvara. And Kamapa and the Pakwala of the Chamdo Lama, and they are both on Avalokiteshvara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you remember all of these statues?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chinese temple, this one.
Yeah, this one looks like it might have come from a Chinese temple, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. A lot of carved wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nima, this Avalokiteshvara has 11 heads on it. Yeah.
Yes, 11 heads and they painted.
Right, the face was painted there too, right?
We did not paint the whole body in just the face.
Just the faces, yeah.
We painted it with the gold.
Right.
And especially the eye, they had a lot of explanation to open.
Well, Nima, thank you for giving us your time. This was really wonderful.
Of course.
Yeah. So today we looked at many different statues here at the museum. Today we saw many statues here.
Yeah.
Could you tell us again what your favorite statue in the collection is?
Well, like this 11 head, Avalokiteshvara, and then there's a Tara statues.
Oh, yes. Our Tara statue was in an exhibit somewhere else.
Oh,
and so now she's in storage because she had just come back from that exhibition. But yes, I know the one you're talking about.
All this we have statues. I like Changsha's statue of Changsha and the fifth Dalai Lama.
The fifth Dalai Lama, of course,
and seventh Dalai Lama.
Yes.
We have. And so, we have a few Tara different.
Yes.
Because, I did a lot of research about Tara to explain in a catalog. And so I found like 14 different sadhanas.
Okay.
Tara, white Tara.
Right.
White Tara. Different, that means different sadhana, different Indian Buddhist lamas, they discovered like how to meditate, what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
And so we have a statue. And then we have a 16th Arhat.
16 arhats, yes, we do have the little arhats.
Yeah. And Sarah.
Yes.
16 Arhat. And I have a very good, and we kept a collection in the book. Already I explained 16 Arhat.
Yes.
With whose parents, how the born.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and read that.
One day.
I'm going to have to go back and read that. Well, thank you, Nima. Thank you for being with us today. It's our great pleasure to get your memories here, and of course, always a pleasure to see you. I'm just so happy we met up in Walden a few weeks ago, and that we were able to bring you back to the museum. Yes, so thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.